students. Today we will discuss about the application of polystyrene. This class is useful for third sem diploma electrical students. So we were discussing the insulating materials, and in this chapter we will discuss about the application of polystyrene. The resin find its application in capacitors used in DC circuits and also in high frequency applications. Uh, that is television circuits, radio circuits also. It is also used in construction of electric bushings, radio cabinets, telephone, fluorescent light accessories, etc. Polystyrene fluoroethylene, that is PTFE or Teflon. This resin in manufacture is manufactured by catalytic polymerization of tetrafluoroethylene. Main characteristics of this resin is as in the table shown. So the specific gravity lies, or the range is from 2.1 to 2.3. The melting point is 327, and similarly the other properties of this is as in your table shown. So from them, the important topic or the important thing which is required I will just discuss. The dielectric constant at 60 Hz is about from 2 to 2.2. The power factor at 60 Hz is 2 to 8 into 10 to the power minus 4. The application of Teflon. Now this resin shows excellent stability against degradation. Due to oxidation, temperature or solvent presence and ability to withstand high temperature up to 300 degrees centigrade, this resin is used as thin film in capacitor for covering conductors and cables which are to operate at high temperature. Vinyl polymers. Now this vinyl chloride or PVC, when acetylene and hydrogen chloride are combined in the presence of the catalyst like peroxides. What are catalysts which will increase the rate of reaction are known as catalyst. So in the presence of the catalyst like peroxides at about 50 degree centigrade, polyvinyl chloride resin is produced. Ethylene dichloride and sodium hydroxide, when polymerized in the presence of the catalyst, the same resin can be produced. So either way you can go and you can produce the polyvinyl chloride. Right. So now this resin is hard and is very little flexible, insoluble in most of the industrial solvents. Rigidity of this resin limits is its use in the original form. So it's due to its rigidity, its application is limited. However, the varieties of materials have been added to the basic resin during manufacture to obtain polyvinyl chloride with different properties. Properties like mechanical strength, porosity, flexibility, modu moldability. That is, moldability is written, you should make it or you should correct it. It is moldability, moisture absorption and electrical property, etc., can greatly be affected by adding different types of materials. So by adding materials we can change its characteristics also. These materials are described as below. So what are these? Fillers. This material greatly influence all the above mentioned properties. So the property which we have just read out can be greatly influenced. So how? Therefore a careful selection of this filler is important. Various types of fillers are wood, floor, cotton flocks, asbestos and glass fibers. Powdered mica, talc, fluorspar, quartz flour, etc. Fillers are also supposed to make the end product cheap. So to make the end product cheap also, these fillers are used. Stabilizers. Now students, polyvinyl chloride when continuously exposed to sunlight or heated to high temperatures evolves hydrogen chloride. This hydrogen chloride affects many properties of the insulating material adversely. It can also corrode parts of the apparatus it comes in contact with. The purpose of a stabilizer is to protect polyvinyl chloride from degradation, which could otherwise happen by evolved hydrochloric acid. Different types of stabilizer used are metal soap, lead stearate, calcium carbonate, calcium oxide, etc. Now the next one is your plasticizers. So the name or the earlier in your I mean as earlier as mentioned earlier, polyvinyl chloride resin as such is hard and rigid material. The properties of this material can be utilized only if the material is made flexible. So if it is only made flexible, then only its property can be utilized, or its this can be made used, so that it can be molded and extruded. Plasticizers control the flexibility of the insulating material. Plasticizers normally used are tricrysyl phosphate, dibutyl phthalate. Now the supplementary additives. So there are also supplementary additives, students. They are used for coloring and lubricating purpose. Coloring is required when polyvinyl chloride is used as insulation on low voltage 3 phases. Now lubricating additives helps in extrusion and molding process. Foregoing description indicates the varied properties in vinyl chloride and can be achieved depending upon the requirement. The above mentioned properties and a few other properties like non-hygroscopicity and good mechanical property have made this material one of the most widely used electrical insulating material. The main properties of polyvinyl chloride resin as used for wire and cable insulation are given in table. So from this table, the properties of polyvinyl chloride as your specific gravity, softening temperature, brittle temperature, continuous temperature of use, dielectric constant, insulation resistance, dielectric strength, all those things can be by the help of this table we can understand. Now polyvinyl chloride used for wires and cables show a good resistance for ozone and UV light also. So what are the application of PVC now? So some of the application are insulation or jacket material for various type of house wiring, power cable, control cables, military aircraft wires, communication and signal wiring also this PVC is used. Wires for radio and television, PVC film, tapes, sheets are commonly used in insulation for dry batteries, conductor and cable. So there are varieties of application of this PVC. Polyamide resins. The composition derived from the condensation of dicarboxylic acid and diamines belong to polyamide resin class. This resin was developed in 1920s. Since then, under different trade names like nylon, this material has been subsequently or frequently used in the form of sheet, tapes, tubings, injection and extrusion molding for different purpose. Main purpose or main properties of this are given in the table. So there are some the main properties of this polyamide resins. They are specific gravity, melting point, tensile strength, maximum continuous temperature, dielectric constant, and dielectric strength in kilovolt per mm is given. So these are the properties of polyamide resins. Next, the resin possesses good abrasion resistance, high thermal stability, and good solvent resistant. Application of polyamide resins. Polyamide are used in for wires and cable insulation and as molded parts for certain apparatus. Polycarbonate resins. They are characterized by high impact strength, excellent dimension stability, low hygroscopicity, satisfactory electrical properties, good temperature resistance. They are up to 150 degree centigrade. Insolubility in solvents like water, dilute minerals, or organic acids. Aliphatic hydrocarbons liquid and alcohols, but solubility in aromatic hydrocarbons and chlorinated hydrocarbons. Now we will discuss, students, the application of polycarbonate resins. These resins find its limited use in making thin insulating films and are used as class B insulation. It is used in making some electrical insulation component by injection molding. Linear polyester resins. Now the two main composition belonging to this class are polyethylene terephthalate or mylar and polymethyl methacrylate. They have the following characteristics. What are the characteristics? High melting point, low solubility in commercial solvents, high or excellent insulating properties, good stability in the presence of excessive moisture and temperature. Application of linear polyester resins. They are used in the form of sheets and tapes for insulating capacitor, transformers, and motors. Thermoset resins. Now, students, this thermoset resins. Uh, so let us first check its theory. Having discussed in detail the various thermoplastic class of material, we shall now study the detail of thermoset class of material as listed in the table. Thermoset resins are those which do not soften and melt after manufacture. So after once the manufacturing state has been done, it cannot be reshaped. Those kind of materials can be called as your thermoset resins. But they manufacture, but change irreversible when heated. They have uh, they have melting point and hard and flexible. These materials are used for molding and castings as binders in laminated structures and as insulating coating. Like thermoplastic, resins, fillers, and reinforcing materials are added to improve various properties. So, by adding different materials, we can change its property as it is desired by the user. So, commonly used fillers and reinforcing materials are wood, wood floor, rag fibers, paper, cord asbestos, flock, chopped glass fiber, mica, clay, metallic oxides, that is your magnesium oxide and aluminum oxide, etc. So compared to thermoplastic, thermosets are harder, mechanically also they are stronger and are suitable for use at higher temperature. Main thermoset resins are discussed as follow. Formaldehyde resins. Now this formaldehyde resins, phenol formaldehyde, the resin is produced by properly controlled polymerization. So by proper controlled polymerization, this phenol formaldehyde is produced of a phenolic compound and formaldehyde in presence of alkaline catalyst like ammonia or some ammonium compound. Phenol formaldehyde is normally added with some filler to obtain the required properties. So to obtain the required properties, this phenol formaldehyde is normally added with some fillers so as to get the desired or the quality which you want to make it. The properties without filler and with different fillers are as in the table. So there is a table, students. So specific gravity, no filler. If wood floor is there as a filler, asbestos is there, mica is there, glass is there, then what will be its specific gravity? Understanding? See, if the specific gravity is checked without adding any material, then you will have this. Let me show you with the help of this marker. So these are the materials without the use of fillers. If we will use some materials, what will happen? Like wood floor, asbestos, mica, or your glass, then we will have the corresponding values. So depending upon your requirement, you can choose any of these additives. Now, application of formaldehyde resins. So what are the application of formaldehyde resins? Now we will discuss. Phenol formaldehyde resin formulations are used in solid and liquid form for different application. Industrial molding constitute the biggest use of this resin in solid form. The molding operation in this case involves application of high pressures like 230 to 250 kg per centimeter square and temperatures ranging from 150 degree centigrade to 190 degree centigrade. The liquid form, this resin formulation are used as adhesive insulating layers in many applications. Urea formaldehyde resin, controlled polymerization of formaldehyde and urea in the slightly acidic medium produces this resin. This resin is characterized by relative density of 1.5, normal mechanical properties, good electrical properties, especially high resistance to crazing, that is cracking due to prolonged heating or exposure to light. They are colorless resins but can be given all types of color by proper filler addition. Application of urea formaldehyde resins. These resins are used as moldings, adhesives, surface coating also. So melamine resins. So we will discuss about melamine resins. These resins are characterized by good electrical properties, especially excellent resistance to electrical tracking. They are easier to mold than other resins and possess good mechanical strength too. They have good adherence property to most of the surface. So the surface, if it is of any kind, it can adhere easily. Now the application of melamine resins we will discuss. Fillers generally used with resins are wood, floor, cloth, glass, mica, metallic oxide, fibers, etc. They exhibit good heat and chemical resistance. Polyester resins. Now we will discuss about polyester resins. They are made from polyhydric compounds and a polybasic carboxylic acid. They are characterized by good electrical properties and by good resistance to heat and mechanical impact. The disadvantages of this resin is that they decompose when they come in contact with moisture. So the only problem with this kind of material is moisture. If one moisture is added, then they will be easily decomposed. So what are the application of polyester resins now? They are used as insulating coating and varnishes. Insulating laminates as molding for making different insulating component. Epoxy resins now. Now epoxy resins are product of alkali condensation condensation of uh, epichlorohydrin and polyhydric compounds. So engineering application of these resins require them to be hard. So the engineering requirement is it should be harder. So but they are not hard. So they are accomplished by application of hardness. Hardeners used are certain organic acid in anhydrides and aromatic and aliphatic amines. So by using them we can make it harder, this epoxy resins. So the properties are as in the table. The specific gravity, tensile strength in kg per centimeter square, compressive strength, that is in kg per centimeter square, heat distortion temperature in degree centigrade, water absorption, dielectric constant, dielectric strength in kV per mm, volume resistivity in ohm per centimeter, and your power factor. These are the values. Now epoxy resins are characterized by good mechanical strength, less shrinkage, excellent dimensional stability after casting, good solvent and chemically resistance, and good adhesion to metal, etc. The application of epoxy resins are employed in manufacturing of your laminated insulating boards. So where laminated insulating boards are produced, this kind of epoxy resins are used. It has an excellent dimensional stability, prevents crack formation in castings, glass, mica, epoxy resins used in high voltage machine utilizes this property. Epoxy resins are also used in insulating varnishes. So in insulating varnishes also epoxy resins are used. Now epoxy cable joints. M-seal epoxy cable joints are termination have been developed to meet the ever rising performance. So this requirement of cable joining insulation, these are absolutely airtight, impervious to any ingress of moisture, and give long trouble free service. So they give us a very you can say a long duration of lifespan. The technique of making M-seal joint is very simple. It does away with bulky cast iron box, lead sleeve, hot poured compound, messy oiled paper, insulation tapes, mixing vessels, thermometers, and heating equipment. Instead, in electric insulation, imperviousness to air, moisture, and mechanical strength of the joint are provided by simply mixing and pouring the epoxy resin and hardener into the plastic mold which encloses the joint. An exothermic chemical reaction between the resin and the hardener results in a solid compound having excellent electrical and mechanical properties is achieved. So very strong adherence to organic and inorganic materials. No heating of the mixed compound is required. Silicon resins. Silicon resins are organic compound of silicon and are produced by a complicated process. So this process is by hydrolysis and condensation of chlorosilanes. Now the catalyst used normally is zinc octoate. Filler used are minerals like cotton, paper, asbestos, glass fiber, mica, etc. Properties of glass fiber filled silicon molded resin are as in table. So this table shows you the property of glass fiber filled with silicon molded resin. Now the tensile strength is in kg per centimeter square, compressive strength is in kg per centimeter square, water absorption is in percentage, heat distortion temperature is in degree centigrade, dielectric constant at 60 Hz is given, dielectric strength in kilovolt per mm, and maximum temperature of use in degree centigrade is shown in the table. Now silicon resins are outstanding in their heat resistance and resistance to ozone. They possess good electrical insulating properties, continuous temperature of operation as high of as about 180 degrees centigrade, and have been safely tried. As compared to mineral oils, silicon liquids exhibit little change in viscosity with change in temperature. They are good water repellent, chemically inert, resistance to weathering effects, but are attacked by aromatic solvents and mineral insulating oils. Application of silicon resins. Now, silicon resins are used as cooling and impregnating liquids for capacitors and transformers. They are also used as your varnishes and as moldings for temperature applications. They are utilized as additives with rubber to make the silicon rubber. Silicon rubbers have improved abrasion resistance and high operating temperature. They are characterized now polyurethane resins. Why diisocyanate and organic amines are phenols react, polyurethane resins are formed. They are characterized by good electrical property, low moisture absorption, strong tendency to crystallize and degradation, and it is about 200 to 220 degrees centigrade. Application of polyurethane resin. So they are used as enamels for wires, as varnish, as impregnates for insulating structures, and as moldings for insulating components. Now, in our next class, we will discuss, students, about the laminates, adhesive, enamels, and varnishes. So, for today's class, we will stop over here. Thank you, students. We will stop.